Hello, everybody. My name is Crumpytoast. Welcome back to our LA Angels franchise series at the end of the 2025 season. We did not make the playoffs, but we actually came not fairly close, but we had a shot. We did have a shot. In this episode, we're going to be doing the playoffs and the offseason. So starting out in the AL, Baltimore got the 1 seed, Minnesota got the 2 seed, and then Texas won our division with the 3 seed. And then it goes Boston, Yankees, and then the Astros. And then in the NL, the San Diego Padres were the best team in the league, and the Phillies were close behind them. And then Milwaukee won the Central, and then it goes Dodgers, Cubs, and Reds. So a lot of NL Central teams. So just doing a quick overview of our spreadsheet. I haven't actually done too much about this season. This is just what it looks like. We have the farm system tab at the bottom. Now, this is updated for the start of the season, not the beginning, so it does have players we traded away like Kyron Paris and other friends. And it does not have the movement between, or the during the year movement. So like we moved Aurel Vera, or no, actually I think he stayed at Double A. We moved Christian Moore up to AAA. It is not going to reflect that. The team summary is going to have the entire roster, so we can see that Grichuk led in average, even though he was a DH, so that kind of doesn't matter. Trout led in slugging, OPS, hits, doubles, tied for triples, most home runs, most RBIs, most walks, and had the highest WAR. And this is just a generic overview of the team. Silseth actually had a pretty good season with a 3.44 ERA and a 2.8 WAR. And the first thing I noticed, so I was kind of surprised by it, was we had a lot of negative WARs on our team. Joe Adell had a -2 WAR. Arias, our right DH, had a -0.1. Rengifo actually had a -1.1, and Bregman had a -0.8. Now, I was messing around with my own statistic here. This is the run created statistic that is actually in MLB The Show. So let me just do some on the fly. Like, let's just do Trout here. So Trout had a run created statistic of 116.6 in the game. That's just the in-game statistic for that. I don't know what goes into that calculation, but I have my own statistic, and I haven't really fact-checked it, and I forgot to grab Joe Adell's, and it probably doesn't matter, to be honest. Let's just, yeah. Back over to the spreadsheet, kind of juggling here. See if I can zoom in for you. There we go. All right, so Mike Trout had 91 runs, 32 home runs, and 101 RBIs. Now, the thing about home runs is it gives you an RBI and a run at the same time. Now, that is indicative of value, but when you're actually looking at the team overall, you don't want to look at individual players' performances. You want to look at team statistics, what they bring to the team, the runs created, not just runs scored. So he had 101 RBIs and brought in 91 runs himself. So combined, that is 192, but that home runs count for both statistics. So what I did was I multiplied home runs by 2 and I subtracted from it. And that sort of gave a similar number to each column. Now, there was a sort of wide margin of error, like in the instances of Max Kepler, who kind of sucked. Rengifo kind of sucked as well. Although Neto, Rengifo, Trout had a very good season, and he created 128. The margin of error for the MLB The Show created statistic is a lot higher. Like, the differences between, like, Logan O'Hoppe was our second best player, right? The difference between 116 and 89 is, give or take, about 26. And then the difference between Trout in my formula is about 27. So it's a very similar statistic. I just don't know how the MLB The Show one is created. I don't know if that's, or it also is ignoring defensive runs. So like errors, I can't really track for this, but this is just a good tool to, sort of a money ball, like how many runs do they score. I don't care about like stars. I care about runs. Now, we're not building a Moneyball team. As I'm noticing that C is not capitalized. That's just going to bother me. So I don't really know where I'm trying to go with this statistic, and it doesn't give any value based on walks. Like, it treats the walk or a walk the same because it's not looking at walks, it's looking at runs scored. So it's really just if your team can score you. So I don't really know about the statistics. I mean, baseball is weird because you can play however good you want. As long as it's not a home run, you're going to be on base, and then it's reliant on your team to score you. So it's really weird. I don't know what statistics to really look at for this, but this was just me messing around. And then for the other tabs, I have the finance tab. This is just contracts for up to 10 years, just to give a good overview of the team and who's actually on the roster for, you know, sort of our building block players and when extensions are coming up. I did the standings. We did fall 4th in our division, 11 games back, and that number is accurate. Trades that happened, I didn't do a good job at overviewing this during the season, so I'm just going to shout out some. Daryl Bowers for Noelvi Marte, spelled his name wrong, whatever. I talked about that one during the season. Robert Hassel for Jack Caglianone. That was actually a very good trade on both sides. I mean, I don't really know what the Royals are going to do with Robert Hassel. He's kind of been passed around like a hot potato, and then Jack is going to be very good for the Nationals. Geraldo Delgado is going to be good for the Cardinals, and Alec Burleson was good value this season, but they didn't make the playoffs. Jose Miranda was instrumental in the Astros making the playoffs. Walker Jenkins, this was a weird trade. Blue Jays made out well. Pete Alonso to the Astros. I don't have their overalls in yet. We traded Patrick Sandoval for Leroy Wells and Dakota Jordan. The Rangers acquired Hunter Harvey, who's actually an all-star in most leagues. Dante Denny went to the Giants for Luis Matos. That one's important because he was a very good player at last year's draft. And then I missed Nolan Arenado going to the Mets. Went for Nolan McLean, a starting pitcher who is maybe a two-way player. It really depends on if he develops, although it's really rare. He's like a C potential 70 overall, I think. Usually Max Ferguson and then Jack Leiter, the former 2nd overall pick out of the 2021 draft, I think is going to the Pirates. Leover Peguero, the shortstop, so I guess they're just recouping. Or they added him to ship out Maximo. I don't know. Ezekiel Tovar went to the Brewers. That one doesn't really make a lot of sense for the Rockies, but they kind of got hoed in this year, to be honest. They usually make terrible decisions anyways. The Rays traded for Danny Jansen for basically no reason, gave up some really good prospects for it. We traded for Will Brennan, who's looking to be a very good player, and we sent Taylor Ward to the Royals for some very good players. And then the Rockies traded Charlie Condon to the Phillies for basically no reason. They got Justin Crawford. And then this is the tab for the draft. Kevin King went 1st overall, and that is that. All-Stars, Michael King. Well, actually, let me just go ahead and look for Angels, Logan O'Hoppe, and Trout. And then the awards tab. I also forgot to shout out the NL Cy Youngs and batting title and reliever and rookie. So it's Dylan Cease, Mookie Betts, Matt Strahm, Jung-Hoo Lee actually got it in the NL. And Shohei for the Hank Aaron. And then now we have the playoffs tab, which we will be getting into today. Okay, so I think I went ahead and handled all the statistical stuff for the pre-playoff portion, I guess, is what I'm going to call it. Now, we do have Boston and New York. Probably the most hated rivalry in baseball. Definitely up there. That one, Garrett Cole's actually back. He was injured for a good bit of the season, but he is back now. They have enough confidence in him to play or start the playoffs. And yeah, missed about 11 games for his usual 33-game start. And Boston takes it 10-0. So they really rained on Garrett Cole. He only lasted 1.2 innings. That would make sense. 10 hits, 10 runs scored. Yeah. Yeah, that's brutal. Houck pitched 8 innings, only gave up 2 runs, and those were early runs, so good for him about bouncing back. Michael Lorenzen in relief. Dodgers hosting the Cubs, and the Cubs take it 5-3. And it's going to be Imanaga with an 8-inning day with 1 run given up. Clay Holmes blew a save, so that's cool. And then, let's see, he gave up 2 runs. What was? Oh, that game went to extras. Okay, I see. Yeah, he blew the save, and it went to extras. Dodgers scored 2 on him, and then they tied it from Imanaga. Wait, what? Okay, maybe Imanaga just didn't get through a batter in his complete game, and then the Cubs finally won it in the 12th. All right, game 2. Boston leads 1-0, and they win 2-0. So that actually secures them the series victory. So the Boston Red Sox beating the Yankees in the playoffs. Just a fantastic season from the Yankees, undone by injuries. And then Texas versus Houston, another hated rivalry, and Houston takes it. I don't really have a preference considering that both those teams are in our division. And then Milwaukee hosting their division rival Reds take game 1 5-2. And then the Dodgers actually win game 2. And so that will do that. Now Houston leads 1-0. Luis Garcia versus Nathan Eovaldi, and the Texas takes it 6-4. Milwaukee leads 1-0, and they win the series 2-0. And then Chicago and the Dodgers. So the Cubs versus Dodgers game 3. And the Cubs take it 2-0. All that money from the Dodgers, and they get shut out completely? Interesting. Yeah, Ohtani with a hit. And yeah, that their season is over. All right, so series is tied 1-1. Ronel Blanco versus John Gray in Texas. And Texas takes it 8-4. Texas has had the Astros number recently, leading back to the 2023 ALCS. And now we have round 2. So, actually, San Diego Padres are hosting the Cubs. The Phillies are hosting the Brewers. Actually, those teams are great for whoever's going to represent the NL in the World Series. And then Boston and Baltimore, another AL East divisional matchup. And then Texas and Minnesota. Game 1 of Phillies and Brewers, and the Phillies rain on the Brewers parade 9-1. And then the Padres win 3-2. Game 1 of Baltimore Red Sox. Baltimore wins at 3-2. And Phillies up 2-0. Texas wins 6-0. And the Padres go up 2-0. So we have 2-0 leads in both the NL games. And then Boston wins and Texas wins. So Texas is up 2-0 again. And then for the series victory, the Padres win it. And the Phillies do the same. So they both sweep the NLDS and are facing off in the NLCS. So neither team has lost a game yet because they both got the bye. What am I saying? Minnesota wins 9-2, and then Baltimore wins 9-5. So those series are all also going to a game 4. Boston wins 3-1, and Minnesota wins 5-0. So now those games are going to a game 5. And Boston is going to your ALCS. What a miracle run for them. in Texas and Minnesota. Texas wins 9-2. DeGrom with a dub. Wyatt Langford with the cycle? No, he doesn't have a double. Damn. 3 RBIs with a home run and a triple. DeGrom with the dub in the playoffs. Love to see it. So game 1 of Padres and Phillies. And the Phillies take it 4-2 in San Diego. Game 1 of the ALCS, Texas versus Red Sox, and the Red Sox take it 3-2 in Houston, or in Texas, pardon me. Still in San Diego, and Philly wins it 9-1. Michael King really blew up in that one. Boston leads 1-0, and they take a 2-0 lead against John Gray. Lucas Giolito on the mound. Matt Waldron, the knuckleballer. And San Diego wins in Philly 11-5. So the away teams are winning in that one. And Boston wins 8-0 against DeGrom. His magic has run out, and Boston takes a 3-0 lead. Philly versus San Diego. Philly up 2-0. Philly up 3-0 now, or 3-1 now, pardon me. Boston up 3-0. And Eovaldi cannot get the job done in Boston. Back to his former team back in Boston, and the Boston Red Sox are in your ALCS. What a miracle run. Now, Phillies up 3-1, and they win the series 4-1. What domination from the Phillies. I mean, the Padres kind of, they really got outplayed. I mean, that was the best team in baseball. And then Philly-Boston, one of the most hated rivalries. Super Bowl 2017, Eagles versus Patriots. And the 76ers and Celtics have a really big rivalry. Yeah, that is a fun one. Actually, let's just do it like this. All right, game 1, Philly wins. Game 2, Philly wins into Boston. Boston wins game 3. Boston wins game 4. All right, we got a series. Well, they say a series doesn't start until the away team wins, and I believe game 5 is still in Boston, yeah. And Philly has won. So game 6 is going to Philly. And we might have... Actually, Cutter Crawford was the all-star for... or an all-star for the Red Sox. 2025 and 2024 all-star. Went 14-13 during the regular season. 200 innings pitched, 3.2 ERA, 1.14 whip. And Garrett Whitlock still injured with a torn labrum. And Nick Pivetta also injured. Wow, this Red Sox team is playing on gas and fumes. I don't know what I'm going for there, but Connor Wong playing really well. Tristan Casas playing really well. Arroyo is there. Devers, Marcelo Mayer, Jaron Duran, Rafaela, and Wilner Abreu. And then looking at the Phillies. Suarez, Nola, Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez, and Andrew. Well, he's not on the roster. I guess they're not running with a 5-starter for now. Strom, Alvarado, and Kirkering. And then Jeff Hoffman, JT Realmuto, who's actually still playing up to an 89. That is, wow, fantastic from the 34-year-old catcher. Usually regresses into dust. Bryce Harper still playing at a 99. Bryson Stott. Sosa on the bench or DHing Bohm. Condon is still, or is on the playoff roster, actually. Trey Turner, Brandon Marsh, Johan Rojas, and Dayron Blanco. So Kyle Schwarber not on the, not playing, even though he's probably, I mean, Red October flows through his veins. I mean, he can't even DH against lefties, even though that's kind of weird, even considering he is a lefty. Either way. I'm going to go ahead and quick manage this one for Boston, because I want this to go to a Game 7. Unfortunately, well, I apologize, Boston fans, if I screw you guys out of this one. Trevor Story's on your roster? Okay, I'm not messing with the lineup, but that is questionable. Double from Casas. And then Wheeler walks Rafaela. And a single from Marcelo Meyer brings in a run. And a single from Hamilton. Bases loaded and a strikeout. So only one run scores, leaves 3 on base. Brandon Marsh with a single and a stolen base. All right, side is retired. Solo home run from Johan Rojas ties the game. Walks Harper and fielder's choice. I'm actually gonna focus because I don't want to just press spot stealing. Fuck. All right, I don't want to just press pitch. Pitch to contact, pitch to him, walk. Single from Sosa, fielder's choice. Okay. Single from Meyer, fielder's choice. Hamilton's on base though. Fly out and a ground out. Top of the lineup, I'm gonna go to another pitcher. Wow, your bullpen sucks. Crap, y'all really don't have a good closer. Yeah, Burnett and What's-Its is your closer. Quinn Priester, are you coming out of the bullpen? He's a little young. I don't know. Cooper Criswell. I'll go one more inning.
Take your base, ball 4.
And they are just not letting Bryce Harper do anything. Connor Wong with a single. All right, unfortunately, got to go to the bullpen now. I'm going to... Michael Fulmer. Bohm gets on, but is caught stealing. Marsh grounds out. Ryomutu flies out. Rafaela grounds out. I'll let him face the bottom of the lineup. Bryson Stott gets on, but a ground out ends that inning. Top of the 8th now. They go to the bullpen. Orion Kirkering. Devers grounds out. All right, Bryce Harper. Got to put in a fresh arm.
Now pitching for the Red Sox.
Wiknowski, and he flies out. And when Harper finally does not get walked, and he flies out. I bet you that was a shot to the warning track, and you got to pick him off. And a double scores Turner all the way from first. Top of the 9th. Gotta go ahead and watch this because Philly is up 3-2. So either the Red Sox can extend this series, oh yeah, Philly's closer coming out. That's gonna be Strom. This one's in Philly. I mean, that... Can you... Oh, man. Philly is so... Like, their sports fans are so crazy. And why is it like this? Why is it on these settings? I don't know. Either way. Maybe it's because they had quick manage. Tristan Casas leading off. Philly up only by 1 run. Top of the 9th. Takes pitch 1, so slider low in the zone, so a 1 count. All right, Strom deals. That one inside, and we have ball. Lefty-lefty matchup. Don't know if that's good for the Red Sox. That one a slider inside. Broken side, so maybe Casas thought it was going foul, but it was a strike nonetheless. 1-2 count. That one high in the zone got Casas to reset the eye level, but he makes contact and fouls it off. And Strom gets him on the slider. A swing and a miss. Casas goes down, and there's 2 away in the World Series.
Up next for the Red Sox, the catcher, Connor
Connor
Wong.
Wong, World Series 5 for 22 with a home run and 4 RBIs. Has a single today. So the Red Sox are definitely not out of it. That one's a cutter straight down the middle. Wong almost pulled the trigger, but decided to take the pitch, see if it was worth it. That one low in the zone, or well, near the center, but it's a fly out to right. And that one is out. Red Sox down to their final out in the 2024 World Series, and Wilyer Abreu is up next. 1 for 3 today. That one a ball. Slider. Still lefty-lefty matchup. I don't know about a pinch hit here. I don't know who's on their bench. Only one I remember seeing is Arroyo. That one fouled off. Down the middle. Tenth pitch for Strom. Got a swing and a miss on the four-seamer on the inside of the plate. That one's going to be strike number 2. 1-2 count. All comes down to this, unless it's a ball. Payoff pitch. That one in play. It's going to be a single for Abreu. Red Sox hope is alive. Tying run is now on base. Not in scoring position just yet, but that one in between the shortstop and third baseman. Now hitting it towards this infield is definitely scary, as you got Trey Turner, Bohm, Stott. I mean, all those guys can make the play. Rafaela up next. Righty versus a lefty. The stage does not get any bigger than this. Takes a fastball. Low in the zone. I don't know who that Red Sox first base coach is, but he looks ginormous. Oh, 1 count. Rafaela takes strike 2. Sinker in the zone. Just on the outside of the plate. Rafaela dug himself a hole in an 0-2 count now. Strom deals. That one's on the inside. Took the fastball. I mean, credit to Rafaela. He has ice in his veins. That one, a strikeout. The Phillies have won the World Series through a fastball looked to be up in the zone, and the right-handed hitter swung through it. And the Phillies are your 2025 World Series champions. They had a shot in 2022, but they fell short to the Astros, and they finally get it over the Boston Red Sox. And I'm not upset about this World Series matchup. I mean, miracle runs happen. 2023 was full of them. We'll see what 2024 is like. And the Phillies get the job done. They were dominant in this playoffs. The Red Sox actually gave them their toughest challenge yet. They were the 2 seed in the NL. They got the bye. They defeated the Brewers 3-0 or 4-0. They swept them. And then they went on to face the Padres and, you know, dusted past them. Actually, no, that NLDS would have been a 3-0 win. And then they dusted past the Padres 4-1, and then they beat the Red Sox on the road, well, for 1 game. And they win 4-2. What a fantastic playoff series. I mean, good vibes all around. And as for your award leaders, Trey Turner with the World Series MVP. 4.44 average, 1 home run, and 3 RBIs. Your postseason MVPs are going to be Tristan Casas and Trey Turner. So Trey Turner went crazy in the playoffs. So did Bryce Harper. 7 home runs. No wonder he got walked so much. And that is really it for At least this this part of this video. All right, we are now advancing to the postseason. Sort of a long video already. Retired players. Not Chris Bassett, Austin Nola, the catcher, Kyle Gibson. That was Monty Grandal. Miles Mikolas. Not really seeing anyone too important. Jesse Chavez, Johnny Cueto. Yuli Gurriel. Evan Longoria, Lance Lynn. Although these players aren't really playing anymore. Ottavino, of course. Max Scherzer retires. He was still in free agency. Scope retired. Justin Turner. Loved his BR card. And Scherzer is in the Hall of Fame with 223 wins, 114 losses, and over 3,000 innings pitched. All right, as for our exclusive free agents, not really team option for Grichuk. I'll exercise it. Why not? You guys are all kind of old except for Soroka, but he wants a lot of money. So I'm just going to let him walk. Brian Cortez actually did a very good job as manager this year. Hitting coach, I'm going to fire you. Got a clean house. Nolan Hall, I think I hired him last year, so that's good. Dave Roberts is available. And not trying to do anybody real. Jared Shaney. To Brandon Wilson. All right, your interest is max. Don't let anybody. Mark Pryor. +1 to contact and power is pretty good. As for the pitching coach, maybe in for the farm director. Those are not the same bonuses though, but I don't want -3 velocity. Schwabenlin. Nate Max, don't really have a photo for you. Why not just do this guy? Arm accuracy, sure. Alright, no need to rebrand. Got our pitching coach. Got our farm director. Got our third base coach. And Mark Pryor is accepted an offer for the Rangers first base coach. That stinks. Tell you what, a big priority this year is building a good coaching staff. And Blake Snell signs a 3-year, $72 million contract, and Shane Bieber signs a 6-year extension for $163.2 million. And we don't have any... Actually, did we get that contract? No, but you're still there. All right, looks like we have a very stacked free agency class. Real Muto and Suarez from the World Series Phillies. Not sure who I really want to offer arbitration to. Definitely Will Brennan. Ben Joyce. Yeah, other than that, I will be doing evaluations for those guys. Ken Dana. Garrett Hill is gone. He was the worst pitcher. But yeah, let's take a look at the free agency class, and then I'll take a short break to go ahead and just handle the 40-man and the arbitration and the tender contracts. It is very stacked. And based on how this past season went, I would not be opposed to spending some money. Dylan Cease, the Cy Young winner, is #1 on the free agency list, and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Now, I don't think he would really want to leave Toronto, but they might not offer him a big deal. Ranger Suarez, Real Muto. I really hope they re-sign Zach Gallen. Lane Thomas, Michael King. He is not interested in going back, though. We can maybe pry him away. He had a very good season. He was second in Cy Young. Part of the Juan Soto trade. 5 years, $58 million. He is not interested. Josh Naylor, Tommy Edman, Chris Sale, the 37-year-old. Man, if only he was on that Red Sox team still, but it is what it is. Ryan Helsley, Eric Fetty, Marcel Ozuna, who hit 49 home runs last year. Nestor Cortez, Willie Castro, IKF, Brandon Woodruff, Savale, Devin Williams, too. Oh, man, what is that offer? Come on. 6.6 over 3. I will give you that. I'll give you a bonus. How about a car? Or actually, I guess that would be tampering. Nick Pivetta, Nathan Eovaldi, just some names to look at. Very interesting stuff. Ahmed Rosario still has a potential for no reason whatsoever. We do have auto contracts on, but I don't really want Soroka back because he wants too much money. Bo Bichette is in free agency. I love Bo Bichette. He is not playing as good as he used to, though. But he's only 28. I think that would be very fun. Very, very fun. Luis Ariz is here. He hit 220 or 291. Yeah, very interesting. Could be a DH for us. Oh, I really like that idea. Although I plan to DH Trout at some point full time, so it extends his career because he's getting these knee injuries. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and do some evaluating contracts and stuff, and I'll get back to you to look over our offers. Alright, so I have finally done all the contract stuff. It took me a long while to actually sort out the last and final piece of the lineup, and we have some offers submitted. Now, will we get all these guys? I do not know. Do we have some backups in mind on the trade market? Absolutely. So, for arbitration, I went ahead and offered Joe Adell a one-year deal just in case, well, we need a right fielder. So if I can't get the guy that I'm thinking of, then at least that's a one-year deal and we can let him walk next year. Soriano, I have arbitration offered and a one-year $3 million deal. Pretty cheap. Detmers has arbitration offered. Brennan has arbitration offered. I'm not doing Canning. He's going to be too expensive, and that's way too small a sample size anyways. Wants his arbitration. Joyce has arbitration. And Suarez. Other than that, I don't really care about most of you guys. I know Mickey Moniak. I know he has B potential. I just don't care. What do you want for like 1 year? 2.5? That's, yeah, you're not worth that. I'd rather just let you walk, to be honest. And then for contracts, I have everybody offered. Garrett Hill, I really don't know what to do about. He's MLB-ish potential, or not potential overall, but he was our worst player last year. And then in case you didn't see it on the right side, our offers are as follows. Michael King, he had a Cy Young worthy season, although he fell short to Dylan Cease, his teammate. Now he wants money, and who better than us to offer him that? We're giving him a 5-year deal worth $105 million total, and a player option at the end of it, I think. And then IKF is getting a 2-year deal worth $10, or not $10. Now, if you asked me this back when he played on the Rangers, yes, I would have given him $10, but he's actually turned into a very good baseball player. He's almost doubled his amount of doubles, ironic enough, and he's just a defensive wizard, and we need someone to play third base because I don't really want another year of Bregman. And then we have Devin Williams. I talked about his very low offer earlier. Now, he has stunk it up. Actually, like, he's actually bad. Tell you what, let me bump that down to 1. I'll give you 3, and then you'll be our closer. So that's sort of a test for him. I don't know how he hasn't regressed more, but yeah, I didn't realize he stunk it up like a lot. like Note of War stunk. But we need bullpen arms. And then Alex Verdugo, he was the final piece I was talking about. I was really on the fence about a right fielder, and I think we'll just grab Verdugo and then move Brennan over. Maybe I don't really want someone throwing lefty out of right field, but I mean, if someone's got to do it, you know, somebody will do it. So we need an outfielder. He's progressing at the age of 29 by quite a bit. I mean, +8s and +9s across the board. Hit 291, 18 home runs for him is kind of crazy. And had a 3.2 WAR last year for the Mets. And then Luis Ariz, I want him as our full-time DH. I am kind of giving him a long deal, but he is only 28 years old, so it's a 6-year deal. And he doesn't have much power, but he does hit for average. In fact, he hit 254 over 147 games in 2023. And then, yeah, I think he was the first player, or one of the first, or I don't know, some milestone where he led the batting average in different AL and then NL. And then Simber, Richards, and Strickland are hopefully coming back to the bullpen. And then other than that, I am pretty much ready to just start simming. Nothing there. All right, so we got our hitting coach or whatever. Matt McClain. Josh Naylor goes back to the Guardians on a 4-year, $40 million deal. All right, our guys are still good. A couple of them have re-signed, though. We got IKF. That's big. We got Verdugo as well. Adele accepted that offer, too, so I don't really know what to do with him. We got Ariz. And that is it for now. We also have our draft class in the game now. Pedro Campillo is a 70 overall. Probably going to spend the year at AAA. And Cleveland Dunn as well. He's 18 years old. He's really good. Vladdy is getting money. That is, or actually Dylan Cease is getting Vladdy. I don't know why, but they just sent him shit offers. Yeah, he always gets shafted. Suarez, honestly, I thought about making a move to pry him away, because we do need another pitching, or another starting pitcher, but Gallen is getting competition, although we're still on Michael King. Hopefully he accepts that sooner than later. So looking at our lineup now, got Verdugo. Let's see. I like to do this where I sort it by position. So DH, catcher, first base. So we are going to have my plan for first base is to move Shanuel up. So you gonna be Ariz at DH, Ohapi, Shanuel, Rengifo, IKF, Neto. Brennan throws lefty as well, so we're just gonna have a lefty out there, but at least it will be Verdugo, who has really good defense. Actually, that's not bad. It's throwing out of left field that's lefty that's bad, I think. No, it is right field because you're right-handed. Your glove's in your right hand. Either way, that's just two lefties for the lineup. I could care less. Yeah, Brennan had a pretty good season. And then Verdugo. And that's really it for the lineup. We just need Michael King to sign. And Dylan Cease is going to the New York Yankees. Going to be a 7-year deal worth $233.8 million total. He is 30 years old, and he's going to have to get rid of that beard as they have a no-shave policy. Or no beard policy. Or a clean-shaven policy. That's what it is. All right. Vladdy still getting offers across the league. I would be tempted to pull Vladdy away. Man, he hit 319. Gallen getting an offer from the Dodgers. That would be an absolute backstab. Get back to simming. Paul Skeens. Not too many contracts. 40 mans must be set. I kind of don't care about that. Twins are in on Michael King, but we still have the lead. I think our relief pitchers all signed back. Yeah, we got Trevor Richards, for what it's worth. And Strickland. Now, how much of the budget do we actually still have? A lot. So we could grab one of these guys if we wanted to. I just don't think it's very realistic. Now, I considered moving Rengifo out to third base, but IKF, I was honestly very, very tempted between IKF and... Okay, well, he's not here anymore, but, geez, Rendon's still playing. Waste of my money. What's his name? Yohan Moncada. Found him first try. I was very tempted between Moncada and IKF, but I went with IKF. And now, I guess, Moncada's just going to be on the bench for the Rangers. Is there anyone interested in Joe Adele? I think you're going to get an offer from every single team, but is there any team I can see him actually starting on? Maybe the Twins, maybe the Mariners. Not sure. Phillies need an outfielder. Castellanos is still on this team, although he has regressed heavily. Taijuan Walker has turned to being terrible, I guess. Nola, Wheeler, Sanchez, they were missing their starting pitching. They got Turnbull back. Johan Pereira there. No one I'm really interested in. No B potential players, really. Pirates, maybe? Would you be willing to part with one of your starting pitchers, or no? Bubba Chandler. Potential switch hitter, maybe. Although he's very bad at it. So I'd say no. You traded for Jack Leiter and Cash Mayfield. You traded for Robbie Ray? That must have just happened because he was on the trade block. I can see them wanting to dump salary and trading Mitch Keller, but let's see. They went 78 and 84 last year. And Keller actually had a very good season, so could we work something out here? Joe Adele. I don't want to get rid of Vera. Can I actually trade Mickey Moniak? Maybe. I don't think that would really get it done, though. Could flip one of our closing pitchers. I don't know, I kind of doubt it. Robert Stevens' contract is not over. Jesus Christ. Dana might get the job done. Pretty close to being able to be ready. I just don't see Dana in our long-term future. I don't know. I don't like this trade. What amount of players? Christian Moore. I'm going to go and veto that one. What about I'm going to be ready? Christian Moore and Garrett Hill. So you just really want Christian Moore, huh? I'm gonna have to say no. Props at trying, though. Can't be Chavez. I was thinking about maybe throwing in like Rico. No, that doesn't make sense. Tell you what, Joe Adele to the Rockies. Who can you trade me that I would give a shit about? Toglia? Ooh, Toglia. I'm very conflicted on Toglia. Ryan McMahon is regressing heavily. Can I trade you Shanuel for Toglia? Oh, I can. I don't know about that. Seems like kind of a lateral move. How about I just get back a pitching? You don't have anybody MLB ready, though. You have Johnny Owens, but I'm not sure I give a shit. God damn it. Alright, so we were unable to work out a Joe Adele trade for now, but we will get back to that topic at a later date. Yeah, with 53 players in the organization. And there it is. We get Michael King, 5 years, $105 million deal, $21 million a year for a starting pitcher. 30 years old, 87 overall, 17-3 last season, 2.51 ERA, over 200 strikeouts and 200 innings. Lane Thomas goes to the Reds. That's a very interesting move. Arbitration going around. And these are the remaining free agents. Devin Williams, honestly, I would be fine with him going to the Braves. Alcala, though, I'm down to send in that offer. I'm fine with if he goes to the Braves. I mean, it's less money for him. It's whatever, but you know, he wasn't playing well. And we do get Devin Williams. He does end up signing. So he finally leaves Milwaukee. On a 1-year, $3 million deal. That seems so small. And Matt McLain is getting traded for Jackson Merrill. What? That makes no sense. You have Machado. I'll fix that. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and veto that trade. Ranger Suarez signs with the Diamondbacks. I thought this was Eugenio Suarez. I was like, wait a second, what? But he is signing with the Diamondbacks. Does that mean they're out on Zach Allen? They are. Oh, no, please don't go to the Astros. I think I saw a Phillies offer to Vladdy. Yeah, so all right, so the Dodgers re-signed Tommy Edman. And we have the draft lottery. We are picking 10th again, maybe. Survey says, I really hope we don't fall. We've fallen every year. And we stay at 10. Are you kidding me? Diamondbacks up 3, Nationals up 2. Okay, well. Chris Sale signs with the Rangers. That's actually a very good signing. 1 year, $17 million. The Rule 5 draft. Tristan Beck. Oh. Oscar Yanoa. Ryan Ward. Jordan Diaz. Oh, that's kind of a big loss. Ken Waldichuk. Was he a Brave at some point? So the highest is... You can take a 75 relief pitcher, but he's going to regress, isn't he? Problem is that those players have to be on our MLB roster, and I just don't care for that. And what the hell's happening? All right, Josh Hader going to the Cubs. I can kind of see it. All right, tuning back in with you guys. I guess Vladdy's still getting offers from around the league. Real Muto is getting offers too. Gallon is still up for grabs. Michael Waka. Very interesting. Caballero was supposed to be... Or no, I'm thinking of a different one. Other than that, we're really just done with the year, aren't we? How about my bench? How's the bench looking? So we have Leroy Wells as the backup catcher. Bregman. I didn't want to... Why did this guy... Why'd they take this guy? Okay, and then we're gonna have Andujar and Kepler. So I need 2 more bench pieces. I'm gonna go and grab Grichuk. Maybe. Adolfo Castro really crushes lefties. Actually, is he going to be on a cheaper deal than Grichuk? It's just you don't have the clutch. There's Eugenio Suarez. Taylor Walls, former Rays prospect. Vargas. He could be a good bench piece. But you want to go to a contender. How about no? Yeah, about the 40 man. Can I just get rid of this Rule 5 guy? I don't want him on the roster, though. Ryan Helsley goes to the Brewers. Real Muto is going to the Rangers, so Jonah Heim replacement. You know, he's still on the roster. And Vladdy resigns with the Blue Jays. I'm going to go ahead and edit that contract. Maybe they didn't have enough money this year, but I'm not going to make Vladdy suffer for that. Okay, I can't edit that. Never mind. Alright, so really just Zach Gallen and Willie Castro. All right, so Zach Gallen signed with the Royals of all teams. 5 years, $103 million a year. That's fairly deal to our, or that's kind of similar to our Michael King contract. Almost exactly, actually. And that is really it for free agency. Willie Castro. Let me see if I can do that, undo that trade real quick. Okay, so as you can see right there, I did fix the Matt McLean trade. I don't know if that really affects what number they're wearing. In fact, this would probably be a good time for me to learn what number Jackson Merrill wears. Jersey number 3, and then I have to edit Matt McLean every franchise I start, so I think I know he wears 9. Alright, so that is that. That has been fixed. I swear to God, if they do it again, I will lose my shit. Don't really know where our arbitration hearing went. Alright, so I guess Joe Adele is just going to be on the bench this year, which I'm perfectly fine with. That way I don't have to look for bench pieces. I'd actually just send his ass to AAA. Alright, Michael King is going straight to the top. Silseth, Detmers. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm sure that will be fine. And then, let's see, view trade block, nobody. But there are some trades happening. So yeah, I just did all that. Stone Garrett went to the Mariners. I thought about trading for Stone Garrett, but it looks like they beat me to it. And the Mariners, much needed offense. Tommy Troy goes to the White Sox. Josh Hader went to the Cubs. Bubba Chandler to the Phillies. Joffrey Sable to the Blue Jays. He was actually a former first-round pick. Yeah, although they do have Vladdy, so don't think he'll be making much leeway. That is basically it for the season. Alright, so this is going to be the lineup for next year. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with the offseason. Got some great pieces. Got Michael King. Got IKF. Luis Arise. I feel like this team's going to be a whole lot better next year. And that is the end of the season. So, next episode will be the opening day for the 2026 season. And it's been quite a long ride. And we are moving on. So, still, the contract extensions are the exact same guys as last time. And yeah, 2027 free agency might be a blast. But we will have to see. So, that is going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.